captured.
They got a zone. Unacceptable.
See through the veil.
No one hides from my guilt.
Thermite out. Need to compose myself.
Making contact with enemy.
We neutralized the zone.
Mobile respawn beacon event beginning.
Enemy spotted.
Taking it big to here.
Setting up a zipline.
Jeff, we got a zone.
Taking it big to here.
Target over there.
Drawing back the veil.
Make that fire proud, wreckage ball.
Opening my heart, my friend.
Drills tearing through.
They neutralized a zone. Oh, darn.
Attention.
Throwing a respawn beacon for us.
Zone B captured.
Axe offline.
Using grapple.
Axe offline.
That
Jacking an axe up.
what lies behind it.
Hey, we had fun, right?
B neutralized.
Contact with target.
Zone B has been neutralized. Zone B captured.
Let's go this way.
Zone A captured.
Contact with hostile.
They seized the zone. Throwing an Oxstar.
Never mind. Hostile right here.
For the better, my brother. But now you, I guess.
Hey, mean.
What's up, me?
Just trying to warm up in a control match, and I don't know if my aim's worse or not. 'Cause I'm still trying to get used to zooming in with my FOV.
You on Call of Duty?
Oh, I was on Apex, man.
My Apex is updating. Be done in 11 minutes.
Man, I guess I could hop on Call of Duty. Well, we're gonna win this match, though. I guess I don't need the match win, but I'm used to losing in control a lot. But I guess I played it so much, either I know the right strategy to win the game. Like I don't necessarily go for kill. Well, kills are necessary, but I've gotten better at like attacking and defending certain sides. Like I like to antagonize the enemy's spawn flag and make them
Added
fight.
control.
Yeah, well, it's for a couple days. They were doing a giveaway.
Oh, it's when like
Gosh darn it! I was trying to shield swap. It's like domination.
Yeah, it's one of the modes that they had, like the Halloween mode and all that.
Yeah, yeah. I can't think of what it was an event called Spellcaster. You could earn up points, and you can get some cool skins. Maybe I'm gonna turn my FOV back. 'Cause I just missed a hot swap off a shield, and I can't track people as well. I guess it's easier to hit certain targets, but at the same time, my movement is too quick. Like I'll go too far to the right or to the left, and they've still been able to,
I gotta blow my nose real quick.
you good, man.
My heart goes out to you.
Care package
Bitches, taking your son. How did he get gold? Oh my gosh, his ratings were so high.
I think the cold, I don't know if it is the cold, like every time I blow my nose, it's not blood.
Well, what are you sneezing out of your nose?
Drawing back the
There's
veil.
blood.
Oh god. What have you been putting up your nose? I'm gonna say, man, that's it's not
It
good.
was from the cold. When I drive to work, it's my heater in my car. I think that's what it's from.
They got you like
I
huffing
bet.
metal dust or something?
Nah,
Look beyond the veil.
I mean, it could just be the sawdust.
That's what I was gonna say. That caused your nose to be a little stuffy or irritation to the point of gonna jump out on me. No, he's staying there.
He's down Delta 9 TCO
What lies
cards.
Damn. I run a lot slower too. What?
So I got the watermelon noodles.
Watermelon noodles?
The skis. I guess it's like a mix. As it is the Indica dominant cross of the hugely popular Skittles and watermelon. Prepare for a blast of fruity flavor that leaves your mouth watering. The effects of this strain may set in quickly and deliver a powerful, relaxing state of euphoria. The powerful and soothing effects of watermelon Skittles are best reserved for the end of the day. It's 15 milligram Delta 9 THC and 750 milligram TCO. And you can buy all this shit at the damn gas station.
Yeah, I know. When I go to the vape store to try and get my vapes, man, that place be smelling danker than a fucking dispensary.
It kind of reminds me of shit. Stores. The stores are pretty like smoke rings. They sell all like the smoking stuff, accessories, that. And like one day you could buy salvia and shit in there.
Yeah, I mean that'd be a fun time.
This is what that kind of reminds me of going by. It's like salvia was legal.
I think it's
And
still
they realized
legal.
it was.
Maybe not. It's definitely not legal to
I watched
drive
it
on it.
It was on a Joe Rogan podcast thing.
We've captured a zone.
Do you know the Glock used to be cheaper than a high point?
The what?
We have our apex
A Glock used to be cheaper than a high point.
How expensive are clocks? Oh, you're talking about the Glock. I thought you said a clock. I'm like,
Yeah.
High Point is basically the cheapest kind of pistol you can make.
Yeah. That's why Glocks were so popular, is because they were cheaper.
And
The
now they're
Glock
like
got more
a couple
expensive.
$1,000 now. Well, there's a lot of technology in the barrel, my man. I've seen a few videos on that. And it's not even like your standard springy wire rifling. It's like they call it polygonal. It's like they do different geometries and shapes, and apparently it's like it catches less material, and it allows it to. I
It
think
doesn't wear down as fast.
something like that.
Because depending on how many rounds you put in your gun, you should change the barrel. Like say you put 10,000 rounds through a gun, it's probably time to change the barrel or something.
Or at least get it cleaned up, or try and
They
so we
do warp.
remachine it, reface it.
Yeah. That's why I like hunting rifles. You can change the barrel on a hunting rifle. You can take the whole damn gun apart though. But you're not going to put 10,000 rounds to a hunting rifle unless it's passed down. And I guess it depends on the conditions you're shooting in, because if it's cut outside, you're shooting it, like say AR, and you're going through like 3 rounds a day, or 3 mags a day at your range. That barrel's gonna get hot, and then it's gonna get cold, so it could warp.
That is true. Didn't think about it like that.
What's your daily this?
I wouldn't necessarily say they're the most purchased, but it's definitely like one of the most cheap and probably unsafe and easily destroyed guns out there. You probably buy a High Point for like $100. And you can, what's the
Yeah.
word? You can hold it over your head and like flick it forward, and you can like chamber it that way, or flick it back. There's like a cool, unique way that's exclusive to the High Point. Yeah, gravity loaded.
Gravity slide. I've seen a video of a dude doing. I mean, High Point, I don't think they're bad. I wouldn't be caught dead with one though.
I'd rather have just buy like the internals of a Glock and 3D print the parts. Of course, I don't think you can 3D print the slide. I think you need a metal slide. No, you can 3D print it, but I think
That's
you gotta reinforce it somehow.
the only downside of a High Point is the damn slide being so damn big. That's why you can gravity slide it.
gangster-engineered piece of junk that was put on the market in order to... The reality is, what's that gun that everybody buys now? High Point. High Point is the number one pistol in America. And the reason why it's the number one selling pistol in America is because it's cheap. When the Glock came out, that's what the Glock was. The Glock was the cheapest gun on the market. And that is why every gangster had one. They did work. Yeah, they did work. Again, they did work. And by the way, so do High Points. But the truth of the matter is, go ahead and look up catastrophic failures with Glocks. Glocks blow up too. Glocks malfunction. Glocks, you don't hold a Glock right, it won't fire right for you. If you look at the fanboy stuff, what are we on? Gen 19? Gen 40? And I think it's 5. And everything they do, you know, every time they do an upgrade, it's like, oh, hey, Glock fanboys, we put registration on the front of the gun. So what's your daily... So are you still of the belief that the Glock 19 is the best missile?
Man. I mean, my cousin has a High Point, and I've shot it. It ain't. I mean, you shoot a pistol, you know. Terrible. I just don't like the sights on it. And my Apex is copied. Shouldn't be done here. I just noticed there's a donkey in your profile.
There's a oh, on my profile picture. Yeah, that's Kali riding on a donkey. I thought it was really a cool picture because it was like, it reminded me of how, I can't think of what festival it is, but there's like prophecy that their Messiah is gonna come in on like a white horse or some shit. But that's when he's like ready for war. That's like a sign of we're going to take over some shit. And he rode it on a donkey because he was, you know, he's like, I ain't about that right now. I'll do that when I come back. This is like a peace ride. And they're like, our savior is riding into town on this, you know, great celebratory event, you know, this kickoff, this get together, this powwow, and he's riding in on an ass. How asinine, like. And then they kind of killed him. But I mean, honestly, if you know about the psychology of a horse versus the psychology of a donkey, donkeys, I would rather have a donkey. I mean, yeah, it could probably buck you, be rude, you know, scream and howl at all hours of the day, but like, you could ride a horse to death. You could ride a horse off a cliff if you trained it right. You can't force a donkey to do anything he doesn't want to do. I mean, although I have heard stories about soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan watching shit on the nighttime with their IR and stuff and seeing farmers stand near their donkeys at some odd hours doing some questionable things. So, I mean, I guess you can groom it slowly over time, but I wonder how that man managed to pull that off. I'm kind of curious. But that being said, donkeys generally have a built-in self-preservation. They're not gonna do anything, like, they're not gonna go far without drinking water. If they're hungry, they're gonna act up. Like, you're gonna know when something's wrong with them. Like, they're gonna technically talk to you, even though if it's like playing charades. And if they like you enough and they see you as like family or like friends, that self-preservation applies to you. Like, they're not gonna like let you wander off someplace they deem is unsafe. Like, I saw a video where this chick was they're having a bonfire on their field for their farm, and the donkey would literally get in front of her and start, you know, yawing or making that donkey noise, trying to prevent her from just going near the fire. He's like, danger, get the fuck away. You're not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna let you go potentially get hurt. So it's like,
I think they call it brain, but I don't see why. Because if a cow moves, the moo actually sounds like what it actually sounds like.
Yeah, no, cows do go moo.
I don't think they could figure out the sound of, like, the name of the sound from a donkey. They said, let's just call it a bray. Because it almost sounds like it's laughing.
Yeah, that too. Like, donkeys are a very wholesome creature. When you get there, I would say donkeys are more humane than a lot of animals out there in the sense of their
Oh.
personality.
Hold on.
I'm not saying animals can't be friendly, but like humans tend to do their own thing and kind of think of themselves in different ways, and like a donkey kind of has that field of view, uh, spectral of thinking.
I'm trying to figure out the root of that word. Like where it came from. Oh, that makes sense. A person that speaks or laughs loudly and harshly. He'll bray with laughter. So that's why they just couldn't figure it out. Yeah, I think I'm finally like 120 on my level on Call of Duty.
Oh dang, man.
Like I'm